Whoa. Look at this guy. Whew. All that smoke. Anyway, Saturday's a popular day on the park. Which, of course, we all like to go to the park on Saturday, so...
Lap 1, 9:34. Heart rate 134.
Before I pulled the camera out, I was at about 130. So as I said, the extra effort in filming and talking does raise my heart rate, or conversely, it reduces my pace. I mean, up to a point, I guess it shouldn't matter too much to me. I worry too much because even if my previous estimate is correct, that it drops me by 10 seconds or elevates me by 5 to 10 beats, even if that's correct, which I'm sure it's a simplification, but even if it is, these runs should not be so much about time. It's supposed to be an easy run, so I should just slow down. Easier said than done. One other bit of good news, though, is Garmin finally told me that I'm a +1 fitness. And yes, I'm very well aware that Garmin is pretty inaccurate, and you should not rely on it entirely. Some people may go so far as to say you should never rely on it. I have seen it. There are times when it overestimates my fitness and it's telling me to run faster than I think I can. And there are times, like last year, when I was running too many miles, that it kept telling me to rest. The thing is, actually, there was probably some truth to the need for rest. As a matter of fact, today was the first day in probably 2 weeks that I've actually gotten a long rest. I was in bed for 12 hours, man. Almost. I felt both relaxed and guilty, as you can imagine. But even I know this, and that is, I'm going to push myself so hard, rest becomes an integral part of my routine. And I just have to get used to that. But like all of you, I have other things that I need to do. And so I often try to cheat by sleeping less. And like all of you, I pay for it. But I'm going to try to sleep more. So, let's see. Okay, let's keep going. 131. Good. You know what though? Funny, before I cut off. Just a year ago or so, before I gained weight, 131 was the upper. And now it's my relaxing. What I mean is that Back then, I would run 131. And my perceived effort was near the top. Of course, my pace was faster. Weight gain really did affect a lot. We'll talk about it later. Let's keep going. But it's a little over 30 miles and 30 minutes now. So at least I'm keeping within the 10-minute miles. I guess it doesn't matter that much, since by now the overlays should give you the same info. If you're wondering what I'm thinking, as I said, I know I'm running too slow. And I know it's not reality, but it's just what I feel. That when I feel so slow, I'm like, why run a marathon? Why run anywhere public? I feel like if I tried it, I would probably stumble and just lose all my energy and fail to do not finish like 10 miles into the run. If I'm honest, and I listen to my rational mind, I know I can do a marathon now. The thing is, it's not that I feel, it's not that I'm like some sort of like a hater. Or that I don't accept myself, because you might be like, oh, there's plenty of people who run and they'll do 5-hour marathons. And you're not going to be running at that pace. There are people probably who run 5-hour marathons who are looking at me and they're like, oh, shut the hell up, you freaking crybaby. The thing is, when I feel these things, as most of us humans, I'm not thinking about the world. I'm not comparing myself to that other person. It's not even for rational reasons. It's just, at this moment while I'm running, I'm in animal mode, survival mode. There's no good reason for me to be thinking about others or be considerate of others, which is why sometimes I might be a bit of a jerk. But this explains why, for me right now, my pace is too slow for me. For me in the whole wide world. Nobody else counts at this moment. So, for those of you who run slower and still run marathons, I salute you. If I think my time is bad for me, that's all. I'm not even thinking about you at this moment. Well, while I'm talking on the video, I am, but that's why I'm trying to explain it. Because I know some folks will get upset that for me, my pace is not good enough. But they'll get upset, and I've heard from some say, like I said, that it seems like I don't realize that there are people who wish they could run my times. But in my defense, Maybe that's why we all get better. None of us is too happy with it. I don't know. We're each different. All I want to make sure is that even though this time is not good enough for me, in my very heart of hearts, people who are beginner runners, who know me well, know that I do not judge them on my yardstick, simply because I know it's not reasonable. We're all different. I have a new student who went on a hike with me and who went on a run, and he was blasting it at 12.5-minute miles. He was dying. His heart rate was nearly 200. Without telling you anything more about that person, because that's all you need to know, I knew he was putting a world of effort, more than I usually do. And I told him that, hey, you're doing awesome. And I tried to remind him, don't compare yourself to me, because we're not the same people. Compare yourself to you. Are you better? Yes. Are you pushing to the top of your ability? Oh, yes. Then I celebrate you. I celebrate you, and you deserve to be celebrated. I don't think there's anyone in the world who would disagree with celebrating him. So I can have two different thoughts in my mind. I can think that 10-minute miles are absolutely horrible for me, while at the same time see somebody else who's doing 12:30s and celebrate them for their awesome accomplishment. I think most runners are like that too. If there's one thing I have to say about many runners that I've run into, is many of them are pretty cool. I say this because there are also people who you might worry, like me. And it's already just a natural thing. I just told you. I worry. I think people are looking at me and saying, look at that slug. My grandma could run faster than him. I feel that. And so maybe it's me telling myself. I also tell all of you that no other runner is judging you like that. Yeah, I gotta listen to my own advice, huh? Well, and it does help. The thing is, the desire to think that people are judging you isn't rational. It's irrational. As long as you remember that. Like me, I'm insecure, but my rational mind reminds me it's just an insecurity. And so that feeling will not go away, but at least it doesn't take over. And I say that to you. Well, one thing about the gimbal, it lets me talk longer, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, let's keep going. Well, since you've accompanied me this far, let's do the rest of the mile. So that you follow me for an entire mile. Well, just my whole point is, not enough people are coming out here. Oops. Not enough people are coming out here. You've seen my trails. They're pretty lonely. The only people you'll see are bikes. But hardly ever do I see runners. I mean, I'm not expecting to see hundreds or even dozens. Heck, I'd be happy to see 2 or 3 runners. But I don't even see that. It hurts, yes. Like right now, it's hurting my mind. It also hurts my body. Just not as much as when I push myself harder. Hey, at least I'm doing that. At least I'm staying slow.
Lap 4, 10:32. Heart rate 132.
10:30. Wow. That is crazy slow. And at 132. Do you see what I'm doing? I should not care. But I know that performance is bad. I know rational mind kick in, right? Rational mind should remind my feelings that I'm full of shit. And my feelings are ugly and wrong. Enjoy the sunset. Okay, let's keep going. Go a little faster, but it doesn't make much difference. Because my heart rate just goes up through the roof because I'm in such bad shape. Let's just remember to steer this thing correctly. So either my body hurts or my mind hurts. Or like right now, they both hurt.
Lap 6, 9:42. Heart rate 135.
Okay. As you heard, it's mile 6. My pulse is 135, which is too high. Slow down. Well, this next part is just all straight. So I should be able to keep it for a bit. That's over there. Off-roaders celebrating. You see them? Okay.
Walk 8. 9:58. Heart rate 132.
Okay. Now let's just go to 8.20. Check the sunset. Next light post. There we go. Okay. Oh. Okay. Let's go ahead. Okay, so I'm about 2.25 miles of my cool down and 8 miles of my run. I guess I should call it mildly successful because I didn't run super hard, but mildly failure because I could have run slower. But I need to keep trying. I should forgive myself for not going as fast as or not going as slow as I need to be going. See, even then I think, but yeah, no, and I'm going to keep pushing. So, it's hard. I hope I've relayed that, but I also thought I'd relay to you. Remember what I said, which is when I'm judging myself as inferior and stuff, it's not because I'm like I have this universal. No, nobody has a universal. Humans are all inconsistent. At the moment that I'm racing, the only thing I'm thinking about is myself, and for myself, that time is not good enough. Of course, even that's not smart, but it's I guess just how I push myself. But if I saw others, just like I told you about this student that I was with, I of course would not be so hard on him. I celebrate people because I understand we're all different. And for some people, 12-minute miles may be a total snooze fest. And for others, it is the absolute maximum of their effort, and they should be celebrated. And that's exactly what I do. So to all of you, don't worry so much about whatever your time is, and I shouldn't too. I should take my own advice. But also remember, most of us recognize your strong efforts. Just go out there and do it. Okay, until next time.